You're at the gate, ready to board, then suddenly your carry-on is rejected. It's happening more than ever in 2025 as airlines tighten the rules. Bag size, weight, what's inside, it all matters now more than ever. In this video, we're breaking down the updated carry-on rules you need to know before your next flight. Don't get caught off guard at the worst moment. If you want more travel tips that actually help, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Chapter 1. Size matters more than ever. Carry-on dimensions have always been a concern, but in 2025, airlines are cracking down harder than ever. Most airlines still list the standard 22s and 14s 9 inches as the limit, but now they're using rigid metal sizes at the gate that leave no room for negotiation. If your bag doesn't slide in easily, it's getting checked, no questions asked. What's worse is that soft shell bags, which might have squeezed in before, are now being flagged if they appear even slightly overstuffed. It doesn't matter what the label on your bag says, it matters how it physically fits at the gate. The best strategy now is to travel with a structured bag that holds its shape. Avoid maxing out the space with clothes or gear that cause it to bulge even slightly. Compression zippers can help, but if the bag looks stuffed, you're risking rejection. Chapter 2. Personal items are no longer a loophole. Travelers often think they can bypass strict limits by carrying a second personal item like a backpack or tote. That trick is no longer flying. Many airlines have shrunk their personal item size limits and are now enforcing them aggressively. Passengers are being asked to consolidate bags at the gate. Items like camera bags, purses, laptop sleeves, and even shopping bags from duty-free stores are being flagged if they don't fit under the seat. Some carriers now publish dimensions for personal items, as small as 16 or 12 or 6 inches, and passengers exceeding that limit are often forced to check one of their bags, even if the flight isn't full. It's no longer safe to assume your second bag will be allowed on board. Chapter 3. The weight trap is real. In the US, most airlines don't impose carry-on weight limits, but that's not the case overseas. In 2025, international carriers, especially in Asia and Australia, are doubling down on weight restrictions for cabin bags. The typical maximum is around 7 kilograms, and this often includes your personal item too. And yes, they're weighing both at check-in and sometimes again at the gate. Travelers are being caught off guard when asked to pay. Steep overweight charges just minutes before boarding. Even creative tricks like stuffing items in jacket pockets or wearing extra layers don't always work anymore. Some airports are using smart cameras that can analyze how you carry your bag and alert staff if your posture suggests it's too heavy. In some cases, passengers and their bags are weighed together. That's how serious this crackdown has become. Chapter 4. Banned items you didn't expect. Everyone knows about the 100 milliliter liquid rule, but in 2025, new restrictions are targeting items that aren't dangerous but disruptive. Lithium batteries, for example, are getting far more scrutiny. If you have a smart bag with a battery that can't be removed, it's likely to be banned at check-in or the gate. High-capacity power banks, even if technically allowed, may be refused if they look suspicious or lack clear labeling. Even everyday items are being flagged. Some travelers have had carry-ons rejected for containing strong-smelling food, oversized umbrellas, protein powder in large containers, or damaged electronics like electric toothbrushes with exposed batteries. Anything that could leak, smell, or disturb passengers might be rejected, even if it's technically permitted by TSA or airline rules. Chapter 5. Why your boarding group might doom your bag. Your carry-on bag's fate might be sealed before you even reach the gate, based solely on your boarding group. Budget ticket holders in later groups are frequently told, "There's no overhead space left," even when there clearly is. This isn't just about space, it's policy. Some airlines now guarantee overhead bin access only to passengers who pay for higher fare classes or add-on upgrades. If you're in a basic economy tier, your bag may be marked for gate check as soon as your boarding pass is scanned. To avoid this, consider checking your boarding group before your flight. and upgrading if you're traveling with fragile, valuable or time-sensitive items in your carry-on. Chapter 6. Airports are watching you. It's not just agents looking at your bags anymore. Airports are using technology to enforce rules without saying a word. In 2025, smart cameras equipped with AI are monitoring passenger movement in terminals to predict carry-on violations. These systems analyze how you carry, lift, and move your bag to determine if it's likely overweight. If your movements suggest that your carry-on exceeds the limits, the system can flag you for additional screening or alert gate staff to stop you before boarding. This kind of passive enforcement means you might get flagged even before anyone physically inspects your luggage. And once you're flagged, it's tough to argue your way out. Chapter 7. Liquids and electronics rules are more confusing than ever. There's good news and bad news when it comes to liquids and electronics. Some airports, especially in Europe and parts of Asia, have rolled out advanced CT scanners that allow passengers to leave laptops and liquids inside their bags. But this progress isn't uniform. TSA in the US continues to require removal of electronics and still limits liquids to 100 milliliters in a quart-sized bag. If you travel internationally, you'll have to adjust your packing routine depending on the airport you're flying through. Even more confusing, some countries require you to remove powders, snacks, or even baby formula for separate screening. And gateside checks can still happen at the aircraft door, especially for international flights headed into the US. Chapter 8. Duty-free may not be free anymore. Buying alcohol, perfume, or gifts at the airport might feel like a harmless reward before boarding, but it can cost you. In 2025, airlines are warning passengers that duty-free bags must fit inside their existing luggage allowance. Gate agents have denied boarding or forced passengers to pay additional fees when their duty-free purchases exceeded size or weight limits. In some airports, staff now patrol boarding areas and ask passengers to consolidate items before lining up to board. If you're planning to shop at duty-free, make sure your personal item or carry-on has enough space to hold whatever you buy. Otherwise, what started as a deal may end up being a costly mistake. Chapter 9. How to pack smarter in 2025. Packing light has always been an art, but in 2025 it's becoming a science. Travelers who want to stay within the rules without sacrificing convenience are turning to smarter tools and strategies. One approach is switching to ultralight hard-shell luggage that keeps its shape and discourages overpacking. Others are using compressible packing cubes that reduce visible bulk without adding weight. Some even rely on travel vests and jackets with internal pockets. For essentials like chargers, snacks and documents, downsizing electronics also helps. Instead of carrying a laptop and tablet, many travelers are using foldable keyboards with phones or relying on cloud-based tools to work on the go. The goal is simple: bring less, pack tighter, and look completely within limits, even when you're carrying more than it seems. Chapter 10. What happens if you're forced to gate check? Sometimes, no matter how careful you are, you're still told to gate check your carry-on. This is where things can go south fast. In 2025, we're hearing more stories of bags being mishandled, misrouted, or damaged during gate check. Travelers have had their carry-ons sent to the wrong city, had laptop screens cracked, or lost important vacations because they were forced to check their bags at the last minute. If you think your bag might get checked, even against your will, prepare for it in advance. Remove anything valuable, fragile, or irreplaceable. Keep a compact tote or sling bag with your passport, phone, and essentials so you're never caught off guard. And take a photo of your bag before it's handed over. It might be the only proof you have in case you need to file a claim later. Chapter 11. Airline policies you won't hear about publicly. Some of the most frustrating carry-on rules aren't in the fine print. They're just unwritten policies that gate agents quietly enforce. For instance, some airlines are now including bag handles and wheels in their carry-on measurements. A bag that says 21 inches on the tag might actually be considered too large once handles are factored in. Other carriers are performing bag integrity inspections, rejecting old, scratched or dented luggage as unfit for cabin storage. And the policies around strollers and mobility aids are shifting too. Even compact travel strollers that previously qualified as carry-ons are now being forced into gate check, especially on full flights. Airline carry-on rules in 2025 are stricter and sneakier, but now you're ready. If this helped you avoid the gate check nightmare, subscribe to Epic Voyage for more no-nonsense travel tips every week. And if you've ever had your carry-on rejected, drop your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else travel smarter. Thanks for watching and safe travels.